can say it.
Yeah. Say it. Come on, man. I want you to say it.
For real. I want to hear what you got.
You want me to say it?
Yes. Say it.
Is anyone going to hit me if I say it?
No. Come on, Nick. What you got?
All right.
Gosh, there were 2 points, but I'll just respond to the latter one. I meant to say this earlier when we were talking about the reason that black females may be more confused about the system of racism, white supremacy, and who practices it. And I said I thought the primary reason was that we don't experience the more violent forms of it. No, that's secondary. Primary, this is really key. People really need to, I hope people will hear this, and I hope people will believe this. Some people know this. The primary reason is that black females are either the primary participants or secondary participants, meaning that their mothers, their sisters, their aunts, their friends, somebody they know who's a black female is engaging in sex with white people. Our minds are more mushy because we engage in more sex with white people than black males do. And that seems to be the reverse of what is the case, because on the sidewalk, you see a whole lot more black males with white females than the reverse. But there's a whole lot. There has always been since slavery, there has always been, continues to be, in office buildings, in houses, everywhere you can possibly think of, lots and lots of sex between black females and white men. The key is that it's real hush-hush. It's real secret. And white people, they enforce and depend upon its secrecy so that we don't even know the devastating effect other black people don't even necessarily know, where all those defensive statements are coming from black women, because people don't know she's been in the bed with a white man. They depend on the secrecy of that, and they don't want it exposed. Hush. It's real secret. And white people, they enforce and depend upon its secrecy so that we don't even know the devastating effect other black people don't even necessarily know, where all those defensive statements are coming from.
You ask, what's the difference between dating some black men and the white man? The white man is going to raise his kid, take care of his kid, spend quality time with his kid. The black man is going to get you pregnant and abandon you and the kid. The white man is going to date you, propose to you, and then marry you. The black man is going to shack up with you and play house with you. And then you ask, what's the difference between dating some black men and the white man? Everything. Stop being loyal to a community of men who are not loyal to you.
When we go out and say these outlandish things, first, we look like hypocrites, right? Secondly, it's actually really dangerous because, by the way, so like, where are you divesting to? Where are you expanding your options to a group of men who've already shown that they prefer their women? And again, of course, we all know, I have friends, I have family members who dated married. I'm not saying this is everybody. But by and large, the dating patterns have shown and still show, the marriage rates have shown and still shown that men are generally more interested in marrying within their own race. And let this be clear too, the people that I know who've dated and married out, it was kind of like a natural thing. They weren't going around with this whole neo-Nazi adjacent self-hatred. It was kind of more like natural. And so they have healthy relationships. But if you're with this whole neo-Nazi adjacent ideology with the black men, and then you're trying to date and marry out, you're really going to be a target. If you're attracting people based upon hatred, or you're moving based upon that ideals, that unhealed trauma, those unhealed issues, you're not going to attract anything good. Best believe. This is me over 2 years ago, addressing this trend that I noticed of black women who are going online promoting neo-Nazi adjacent propaganda. They use terms like divesting, expanding your options, swirling, but when you really look at it and when you see the different things that are said to justify them dating outside of their race, it's hard to tell the difference between them and someone who openly claims to be a part of, it's hard sometimes to tell the difference between them and open white supremacists. And you know, the thing about it is, most people if you tell someone that a black person is out there promoting white supremacy, or that a black woman is out there being adjacent to a neo-Nazi, they're going to call you crazy. They're going to say that you are misogynist, misogynoir. They're going to say that you are, you know, getting caught up in too much rhetoric. They're going to say all kinds of things to basically make it seem like you're crazy. But unfortunately, it has gotten just a lot too blatant. And I wanted to share that excerpt that I saw from Mr. Z. Shout out to him. This was a black woman from decades ago who was basically talking about the unspoken truth that has been going on in Black America for a long time. That is the fact that literally since the plantation and on, black women have had a sexual relationship with white men consistently. Much of it was forced, particularly earlier on in American history. But much of it was also consensual, especially after slavery and well into Jim Crow, well into these other aspects where black women were essentially engaging in sexual activity with white men, sometimes as a way to try to gain access. This is not a secret. It's just that these are the kinds of things that Black America has a really, really, really hard time facing. I mean, even today, when I see a black woman who is really promoting self-hatred, I'll see somebody in the comments say, oh, this is Africans, or this is Caribbeans, or this is somebody across that diaspora trying to consistently push all the blame into other Africans, into other black people, and not wanting to face the fact that there are black American women who are very much self-hating. And so this is a very uncomfortable idea that black people still have a hard time, that some black people still have a hard time facing. But now it's just becoming so egregious and so blatant that to not address it for what it is, and to not call it out, and to not make a clear distinction, only gives more fuel and more confidence for ladies to go down this path of destruction and danger. Because best believe, if you have a black person out there who is fully engrossed in self-hating and propaganda that is meant to destroy them, that is the quickest way to destroy them. Some of them are even making white folks uncomfortable. You got white men going online talking about, can you please stop worshiping us? Can you please stop with this weird, like, racial slave fetish? Like, it's strange. Like, you've had white men go online and say that, but I digress. The point is, we have got to address the elephant in the room. We can't hide behind this stuff anymore. Since the daughters of the trade, since really colonization happened, there was a group of collaborators. There's always been a group of black women who have collaborated with racists or with people who have bad agendas against black folks as a way to try to either get money, as a way to try to get status, or as a way to try to find a comfortable place in a white colonial system. They were at some point the slave traders. They were at the black female slave traders. Shout out to Daughters of the Trade. I broke this down in detail in previous videos. And their descendants are alive and well today. And an inability to address it only allows that kind of self-hating rhetoric that has been going on, quite frankly, for centuries. And some ladies, I'm not going to say all, I can't say all, because certainly there are black women who also love their people and collaborated with black men to gain and fight for freedom. But nevertheless, those who are self-hating, because they haven't been addressed, they've kind of had the space and the freedom to just proliferate and grow without any pushback. So I saw this woman on TikTok who essentially said what I've been saying for the last few years. And it was actually just kind of refreshing to see somebody just call it out for what it is. And so I just want to share, and I want to continue to highlight black women who are seeing this stuff for what it is, who are not rocking with the BS, who are not falling into the whole white is right or just self-hating, and who are just being honest with the fact that you don't have to hate yourself and hate black men and hate black people or hate all of the people to love somebody outside of your race. Love whoever you love. You want to love a white man, if you want to love Asian man, whatever, nobody cares. Just don't use that as a reason to promote white supremacy. And if you are a black woman and you are doing that, I would highly encourage you to look in the mirror and ask yourself what is going on, because there's likely some deep psychological and spiritual challenges that need to be addressed. It is not normal for you to go online and define yourself completely and totally in agreement with what a neo-Nazi would say. And if you've actually slept with a neo-Nazi, then you probably need some spiritual cleansing. But that's another topic for another day. Without further ado, I want y'all to just listen to what this lady has to say. Let me know what y'all think down in the comment section, and we will talk later, okay?
You look happier. Thanks. I stopped dating black men. Let's talk about it. And I've written down some of the comments that I saw underneath the post. No one hates us more than black men. So the white men that lynched us, raped us, ate us, put in literacy tests so that we couldn't vote, etc. They somehow hate us less than black men do. I know you don't even believe that yourself. Black men don't think about settling down until they have 38 baby mamas. If I closed my eyes and didn't look at the profile picture of that person who made that comment, I would assume it was a white dude. Honestly, I feel the same way, and I'm a Latina. White guys are just better. And now y'all got fucking women of other races joining in on this shit too. Where's my white king? I'm tired of being in the trenches. I avoid dating black men because I don't want to be on welfare. What's wrong with black men? Everything. Y'all sound like skinheads. Y'all sound like neo-Nazi, Aryan, fucking KKK members. If you have preferences, okay, whatever. Like, if you want to date white guys, that's fine. You don't have to sound like a Ku Klux Klan member while you're doing it. Like, you really don't have to. It's just so sad because a lot of this really comes down to self-hatred and how a lot of black people have trauma that they really haven't unpacked. And for whatever reason, they think that the solution to this is to date white people. I'm sorry, that's really fucking stupid. People can suck equally. There's black men that are great. There's black men that suck. There's white men that are great. There's white men that suck. I don't think that's rocket science. I don't think generalizing any group of people is fair. I don't care how bitter you are. I don't think it's fair to generalize all black men just because you've had multiple bad experiences. I don't think that's fair. I kind of just think of it like this. We don't like it when white people generalize us as a whole. So like, why would we do that to each other? It's just really disheartening. Like, every time I see one of those posts, I consistently click not interested, but I don't know what type of algorithm that these social media apps are trying to create where like they're pushing that content. But it's just so disheartening seeing like posts about like black men and black women hating each other. I don't want to see that. It sucks because this is such a long conversation. I can make this video like 30 minutes. But yeah, y'all sound weird. Like this, y'all sound like white hoods. Like, and I think it's even more sad because there was people in the comments saying like, hey, you really shouldn't say this about black men, or like, oh, well, I love black men. And y'all are calling them pick-me's. I suppose. It's giving CIA agenda. Like, y'all, it's really weird. Like, can we stop talking like this, please?